yeah, we're it's fun to watch late stage capitalism play out, where we're like, oh yeah, we're pretty much hooped, and the corporations are now in charge. And I think watching Trump win the last election, and I'm not getting into politics of it. Vote for whoever you want to vote for. That's your choice. That's democracy. But you could see the smirk on Elon Musk's face when he's like, haha, Trump won. The Republicans control every level of government. And I own most of the Republicans. And now in 4 years, I will tenfold increase my wealth as a billionaire. And we will exploit the living sleep out of all of the people, and it will be great.
Remember, he is a product of apartheid, and there are two people who there are the people who say never again, and the people who say, man, we had it pretty good.
Yeah. Which segues us into the intro for our episode, because I have a great quip today.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Yes.
So on that note, hello, and welcome to Basements, Faults, and Catapults. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron.
And I'm Trevor.
And here we're going to be looking at games, genres, and the things we enjoy in gaming.
And to do that, we're going to randomly select a genre each episode.
We're going to give a brief rundown of that genre.
And then we're going to select 2 games. One of these games will be something we want to catapult into glory, while the other will be cast into the fault lines riddling our basement lair.
Boom, boom, boom.
The catch, and what we hope will be the fun part, is that neither of us will have played, or at least played heavily, the titles the other has selected.
Yeah, so we're going to take those titles, the best, the worst, we're going to divide them up. We're going to play it for about an hour. We're going to meet back up and chat about our experiences.
That's where we'll give opinions on the other's game, or on the game selected for us.
Yeah, right?
And then we'll celebrate where we agree and refrain from murdering each other where we disagree. After all, not everyone can have a perfect opinion.
Yeah, and that's it. We'll hope that you'll join us, listen in, maybe be inspired to try a few titles along the way, or, let us know exactly why our opinions are trash.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, the only thing truly harder than diamonds are the billionaires after the last U.S. election.
That is a very true fact.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, you could cut glass.
That's I will keep my political commentary to jokes and quips. Yes, because that is probably all I'm qualified for.
Unionize. All right, guys. On that note, it is episode 32 for us today.
Yeah.
Very exciting stuff. And that means it's a regularly scheduled program, which means I am going to find the Dice of Destiny here.
Uh-oh, where's the Dice of Destiny? I see it there.
Found the Dice of Destiny.
We've had to turn the lights off due to technical difficulties with Trevor's brain. He's suffering from headaches for some god-awful reason.
Trevor needs the lights off today, and that's fine.
It's a lights off day today.
But and I'm happy to accommodate him. Now we're really in a dark, dingy basement.
Yeah, this is different. This is the basement lair.
This is the basement lair.
It feels like a lair today.
It does. It does. I like it. I like it a lot. There's like one little grow lamp for his sad little tree. It's great.
Well, try growing a tropical tree in the basement. You got to put lights on
in a subarctic region.
In a subarctic region. Yeah,
absolutely.
For a tree that grows in Hawaii.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, well, let's roll that dice and see what we've got. I won't be able to read in the dark.
The magic number is 11.
All right, we're going to punch 11 into our calculator.
And then he's going to hit the roll button.
Roll. So, oh no. No. Okay,
well, we did Souls Lake not too long
Yeah,
ago.
we're not doing Souls Lake.
So 1980s.
I think we should
Party games?
I think we should do party games.
Party games.
Yeah,
Party games it is. Games. Okay.
Yeah, party games is a genre we haven't touched on yet. We've done 1980s before, I think.
I think we've done 1980s twice now.
We did 1980s as 28. We did retro one time. But when we think retro, we tend to slide over to 1980s.
Because that was kind of our formative experiences. Though retro, I think, is anything done in the style of that genre, so the game could be newer. But I digress. We are talking about party
games. Okay, so if we're playing party games, it means it has to be somewhat multiplayer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to posit that we should, for about a half an hour, play a good game and half an hour play a bad game.
Love it.
And you get to pick which bad game we play, and I get to pick which good game we play. I guess you play. I don't know how we want to do that. Party games is an odd genre.
Yeah, because when I think party games, what comes to mind is Jack in the Box, Mario Party, and
Among Us, Fall Guys.
Among Us, yeah, but Among Us is hard to do with two people.
It is.
Fall Guys, hard to do with two people, although we could play that all.
We could always play online and randomly join groups of people.
We could.
That's always fun. We haven't done that yet.
We haven't done that yet. We would have an unfair advantage.
Oh, it would be so unfair, but I love that. Nothing more than winning a game because of your unfair advantage.
Listen, man. If we know anything, it's that use the advantages you have, even if it's unfair.
That'd be really smart if in Among Us they said, we're going to detect your IP or base IP and you can't play if you're on the same network.
That would, yeah, but I feel like that would be a bit invasive.
Yeah, the internet cafes and the gaming cafes wouldn't do so good if they did that. Oh,
yeah, and there's that too, right? Yeah.
So when you think of party games, what's your number one thought? What comes to mind?
Oh, okay. This is going to sound crazy because it is such a weird, specific moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
But do you remember when the DS first came out?
Yes, I do.
All
yes.
Right. So the big thing about the Nintendo DS was you could connect to any other Nintendo DS within its range.
Right.
That was huge.
Trading Pokemon made easy.
Trading Pokemon, you could I remember going to anime and comic book conventions and just whipping up my DS, and hundreds and thousands of chat rooms were there, and it was crazy. That's so cool. And there was a game that me and my nerd crew at the time got. It was called Dokapon Journey.
Dokapon Journey? Why have I heard of Dokapon Journey?
Because you probably heard of Dokapon Kingdom.
I've heard of Dokapon.
Yeah. So Dokapon Journey specifically is like, what if it was Monopoly?
Uh-huh.
With party games.
Okay.
And combat.
Okay.
Because you can really screw over your fellow players, and it was such a cool little fun way to play with your friends and do little twists. And it was by Atlas Publishing, and Atlas they always swing. Atlas has never done a safe game in their existence.
It's fair.
And sometimes it's paid off great, the Persona. Oh, pardon me, the Persona series, perfect.
Yeah.
The Wild Arms series, hit and miss, right?
Yeah.
So I love Atlas games, and I whenever they do something, I'm checking them out. So Dokapon Journey, hilarious, good time. So whenever I think of a party game, I default to Dokapon Journey.
I like it.
Just because of that, I specifically have a memory where it's raining. We had all gone camping, and only one of us drove at the time. And it was raining so hard at the place we had gotten to that our tents collapsed under the weight of the rain. So we're all wet and miserable and hiding in this car. There's 6 of us, and we're all playing Dokapon Journey on our DSs, and we're having such a blast.
That's so awesome, man.
And even now, I think about it, brings a smile to my face, even though I don't camp anymore. I absolutely detest camping.
I only do glamping now.
Yeah, you're a glamper. I get a cabin.
Exactly. Rent a cabin or get a hotel.
There you go. Boom, done. Perfect. Take day hikes.
Oh, God, I rented a cabin in Argentina one time. And it was propane heater, an outdoor propane heater being used indoors to heat the building because it had no heat. Or you used a fireplace, which was improperly plumbed and was tiny and baby and wouldn't heat up the space.
Huh.
The doors didn't lock, so you couldn't lock the doors. So all your stuff would definitely get stolen, or you'd get murdered in your sleep. And to make things even more interesting, all of the beds were in the loft, which is where all the smoke from the fireplace was.
Yeah, of course.
Pooling.
Yeah,
so I was like, wow, this is a murder cabin.
Yeah.
And Airbnb did not refund us, even though
Airbnb is such if we're talking about horrible business practices, Airbnb, you're on the list.
Oh yeah, that's another one of those late stage capitalism things.
Yeah.
But I digress. Party games, I think I always think of on PC Jackbox.
Oh, the Jackbox games.
Yeah, Jackbox is always my go-to whenever I have a party where I invite people over and we want to. There's maybe 5 or 6 of us left at the end of the night, and we're continuing on and having drinks and having a good time, and we go upstairs, load Jackbox up in the living room, and just have a good time because you can play on your phones. That's what I love about it. Your smartphone is your controller.
Yeah, the Jackbox, especially the newer ones, they really worked hard to make it super accessible.
I really want to see more Jackbox party games, but the other one that I've played a lot, Mario Party.
Oh yeah, Mario Party is like the OG as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
It's not like my favorite, but
Mario Party. I've had a Switch, a Wii. I never got the Wii U, but I had the Wii. I had the N64. I had the GameCube. I had the Wii, and then I got the Switch. I actually have 2 Switches now in the household. And yeah, so Mario Party has always kind of been a staple for us. Yeah, that and I wouldn't call Super Smash Brothers a party game, but like when have a lot of people over, we've done a lot of round robin tournaments with Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Smash Bros. It's a fighting game, but yeah, I get it. I get where you're coming from. Gartic Phone is kind of popular right now.
Gartic Phone.
Yeah, it's like the telephone game. If you ever played that,
I have.
Yeah. So Gartic Phone is like they have various modes, but the one that I've seen a lot is you'll get a prompt. It'll be like, here's your prompt. Now draw it. And you'll draw it and you'll give that prompt, that drawing to somebody.
Yeah.
And they'll have to say, okay, what is this? This is Jimmy trying to eat a snow cone, right? Then they'll write that down. And then at the end of the round, everybody will have drawn a prompt and tried to decipher somebody's drawing. Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun in that respect because you'll get some wild things.
I like that. Yeah, I own a lot of the Jackbox Party games, and some of my favorite ones are the drawing ones, where you have to draw it on your smartphone basically, and then you have to guess what it is or whatever. It has to match whatever the prompt was. Gotcha. Yeah. So it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I do appreciate the party games, but today we have to pick party games that we can play to talk about on our little podcast.
Yeah. Well, it shouldn't be too hard. Like finding.
There's a lot of them. There's one called Donald Trump War Party or War Party something or other. And it's about It's a 2017 game about Donald Trump driving around in a tank and blowing stuff up and causing World War III.
I think we can skip it.
I think we can skip that one. But this is Steam, guys. There's so many things on Steam.
It's true. Steam is. There was a time where it was like no longer the Wild West, but it is back to the Wild West here on Steam.
Oh yeah.
Ever since they allowed 18+ games.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Steam is actually, if you're searching for a specific genre of game, depending on the genre, Steam is very challenging to navigate these days.
Yeah. If you don't know right away what you want, yeah, it can get wild.
Yeah. Although I gotta say, props to Steam for having the queue that you can kind of review your own queue.
Yeah, your discovery queue, things like that. Yeah.
I really find that helpful. It's introduced me to a lot of new and interesting games that I wouldn't have otherwise probably found. So.
Huh. Yeah, no, I agree. And like you can tell it, never show me this kind of game, or only like they've added some cool things. I appreciate that about them.
Yeah. So party game. Let's see what we got.
Party game.
Glitch Party's coming soon.
Glitch Party.
It's called Glitch Party. It's a physics multiplayer party game. Sounds fun. I kind of want to look into that for a minute. This is Glitch Party is a party game for 2 to 8 players online. Challenge your friends in different mini games, each with a small chance of being glitched. Welcome to Glitch Party, and it's like they're like running through caves, kind of racing and launching themselves off of ramps. Very physics based. Interesting. I'm gonna wish list that and follow that, and I'm gonna keep an eye on it because that looks cool. Ooh, have you found anything interesting?
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of the party games that I would like to play they're too many. It's like 3 to 8 players.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that.
Yeah, unless we can play those online, it's a little challenging.
Yeah. And that's fine, but I think playing online would introduce a element of randomness that perhaps.
Oh, come on, live a little.
Live a little.
We could do it. We could totally do it.
Play online, bastard.
I mean, only if we have to, but I think with 2 of us to play a party game and have fun, I think we might have to pick something that works online.
I agree. We're going to have to go on.
But it's hard because I'm searching for party games. I've filtered by genre and titles, and it's giving me dungeon crawler turn-based. I'm like, no, that's
not a party game.
That's not right,
you're in
man.
a party, but it's not a party.
No,
So I guess I'll pick the good one and you pick the bad one?
Yay!
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, then my good one will be because I can't exactly get Dokapon.
I mean, you could.
No, we're not gonna be able to get.
Let's go play Mario Party on the Switch.
Yeah, let's do it. What the hell? We'll have a good time.
I'm really struggling to actually find a party game. The Steam keeps throwing party-based RPG in there.
Oh, interesting.
Pummel Party. What is Pummel Party?
Oh, I've heard of Pummel Party. It's yeah, no,
It's not technically a party game.
No, heard of it. I've seen it. It's like very Mario Party-esque. Like you're on these little, you move along on the board and you do horrible things to each other.
Fair enough.
And there's the Jackbox. Party Animals. Party Animals is fun. There's Among Us, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Liar's Bar. This one's new and exciting.
Liar's Bar. It's a party game?
It is. It's so the concept is it's a mix of Liars, which is a card game.
Yep.
And Russian roulette.
Liars is like a they've got like liars, dice, and stuff like that.
But yeah.
Cards.
So this is just Liars with cards.
I've got 3 4s.
Yeah. You're a liar. Only in this case, it's like I got 4 queens or I got 2 kings or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then if you get caught lying, or if you accuse someone of lying and they say, no, I'm not lying, and they prove that they're not lying, you have to shoot yourself with your revolver.
Okay.
And the revolver isn't fully loaded. It's got 1 or 2 bullets in it. And
that sounds like Russian roulette.
Exactly. It's the mix. So Russian roulette and then this game, and it looks interesting. Yeah, that's the game I'm picking. We're doing Liar's Bar for my game.
Liar's Bar. Okay, so I'm going to log that down. Liar's Bar. All right, cool. And then I'm digging through a couple of options because, again, the goal here is to try to find a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a couple of bad options for us.
Okay.
Potentially, based on the reviews, right?
Right. Oh.
So we've got Word of Beasts, which is a multiplayer party game, 3 to 8 players, fast-paced. Looks like you're doing word association, but
okay,
kind of looks boring. But Beat Me, Puppetonia Tournament is a 2 to 6 player online local multiplayer party game, Kingdom of Puppets, and Join to Puppets Tournament. Okay. I mean, it looks kind of interesting. Could give that a try. I've got Party Bunch, which looks like a very basic game somebody made.
Yeah.
Psychological and fun game with lots of game modes for a big group of friends. Doesn't really explain how many players it is, though. The reviews say, the best game in the universe, 10 out of 10, Mom. Looks okay, 8 out of 10, Dad. So, definitely an indie developer. Mixed reviews. We got Flippin' Misfits, an absolutely bonkers online melee party brawler.
Okay.
Kind of sounds fun. But this one has me intrigued.
Okay.
It is called Life on a Pizza.
Life on a Pizza.
And that's what we're going to play today. We're going to play Life on a Pizza. So Life on a Pizza is you are no longer the eater. You are the eaten.
Oh, no.
Play as toppings trying to survive on a pizza from the hungry jaw biting its way to you and the ants pushing you to your delicious death. Customize the pizza, pick a mode and your toppings, then hop in this hysterical party or solo game. It is free to play. So that's it. It is from the developer and publisher Euphoric Brothers.
Okay.
And
can't say I'm familiar with their work.
It was released June 21st, 2021. So it was a COVID baby. They have also created Garten of Banban 7, which is about exploring the monster-occupied levels of Banban's kindergarten. It looks really dark, twisted, and animated. But
that looks absolutely horrific.
I mean, dark humor is great.
I don't think it's humor.
So Yeah, Garden of Ban seems to be a whole thing that they've been creating. They've also created Human Apocalypse, Fleshwater, How We Got There, He Needs His Medicine, Introvert, a Teenager Simulator, and Swallow the Blue Remastered, which is an eerie horror. So these guys are interesting.
Oh, they also have another game called Unplagued.
Unplagued, yeah, play as plague doctors with your friends in this multiplayer co-op medieval horror game. Purge the plague, create the cure, and escape the mutated creatures.
Make the queen proud.
I'm gonna call it right now. This is an indie game studio to watch. Euphoric Brothers. Yeah, they're gonna come up with some very cool stuff.
They're gonna hit something. Yeah,
I love it. Cool. So why don't you introduce us to?
1 second here. I gotta get Liar's Bar.
Liar's Bar,
which is $9 on Steam right now.
Well, that's not bad. What a savings! I like it. We're gonna have some fun today. One of the things I really have gratitude for and I appreciate is our podcast format allows us to just try so many different games.
Yeah,
and just have fun.
Especially because there's a lot of it stuff I wouldn't ever try. You know.
Yeah, it really gets us out of our comfort zone, which is nice, eh?
Like I would never play Life on a Pizza. And because I would never have played Life on a Pizza, I would never have exposed to Euphoric Brothers Game Studio. And, I feel like I would miss something.
Right.
Life on a Pizza, install, please. So what are we playing first?
Liar's Bar.
Liar's Bar, okay.
Totally.
Okay, and I guess I'll do the quick breakdown of Liar's Bar.
Yeah, introduce us to Liar's Bar. Who's the developer? And when was it released?
Oh yeah. Well, it's kind of hot right now. A lot of the online content creators are really playing it. So yeah, that's cool. So, Liar's Bar. It's a social deduction game, developed and published by Curve Animation. Curve Animation, of course, are the amazing developers of the game Liar's Bar.
I love it.
That's all they have on their resume, and that's okay, Like, pedigree is important, but also we gotta accept the fact that people are coming out with new stuff, and we gotta love them.
Indeed.
So, Liar's Bar, you're a bunch of animals getting together at the bar playing a game. And it is a mixture of bluff and roulette. So bluff, of course, is whenever you're playing a game that relies on lying to the other players. Like I have 4-4s. You've seen Liar's Dice, things of that nature.
Yeah.
So you're lying, and then everybody has to either call you on your lie or accept your lie. And if you get called, or if you incorrectly call your lie on somebody else, you have to shoot yourself with your revolver. And that's where the Russian roulette comes into play. Russian roulette, 6-chamber revolver. There's only one round in it. Spin the chamber and hope. If you die, you're out. Last person standing wins.
I love it.
And that is it.
All right. Well, I'm going to create a lobby.
Okay.
We're going to create a public lobby. Basement Faults and Catapults.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's
go. And I'm booting up, and I will join our lobby. Oh, there you are. Join. Cool. Trying to connect. Done.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're the sexy rabbit.
There's a cupcake.
Yeah. With the sexy rabbit, if you look down, you see stuff.
What?
Yeah. Like, not like ridiculous stuff. But
This something tells me this game might be being developed by people of the furry persuasion.
It's come to mind.
Yeah, I mean, Judy Hopps got nothing on Cupcake over here.
Yeah, right.
Egads.
We've never played this game before, so we're just like jumping right in.
Yeah,
it's gonna be right.
We're literally just jumping
right in.
We have no idea
it's
what's going
be
on.
Fun.
We're gonna play Liar's Dice.
Oh, we got Dak Daniels in here. Welcome to the game, Dacky.
Daniels. All right, I'm gonna get my audio going.
Yeah.
I don't know if is there in-game audio?
Bye, Dak. Oh, hello, Fear the McFear.
Fear the McFear. All right.
Bye, Fear the McFear.
Why do we keep losing people?
I don't know. Hello, VitaFeed.
VitaFeed.
Well,
we are back.
We're back
from getting shot in the head and
playing
getting
Life
eaten.
on a Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to know what you think about the party game Liar's Bar. We struggled to pull a couple party games out to look at.
Yeah, the servers weren't as busy as I would have thought they'd be, but they were busy enough, you know? We found games, we played.
I noticed there were a lot of sessions to join.
Yeah.
So
plenty of sessions to join.
Yeah.
So overall healthy, especially considering it's early access. There were some moments that showed that it was early access, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Most notably in connectivity issues, people would drop out of mid-game, and then the game would hang up.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
It was fun.
It was fun. I think it's got a lot going for it. You kind of mentioned that, it's definitely early access. Has that feel? What did you enjoy about it?
I love any game where social deduction becomes a thing. Like I loved Among Us. I loved Lockdown Protocol. If you played that yet, I love these sort of like. Not only are you playing within the rule set, but you're trying to manipulate the rule set to see what you can do. And what I appreciate about this is expected and normalized behavior.
Yeah.
Whereas in other games, when you cheat or lie or things like that, you actually degrade the game experience for other people.
Yeah.
So this allows you to play with that and enhance the gameplay experience for other people because they're trying to do it too, right? So it becomes it's more fun because you're all involved rather than feeling like you're being taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we kind of got through round 1 of the liar's cards where, everyone's got a gun and you call each other a liar, and if you lied and they caught you, you have to Russian roulette yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask a controversial question, which is, how do you feel about a game with, furry characters?
This is the Lola Bunny question.
Where we're but where you're introducing the concepts of something like Russian roulette, which I probably knew about Russian roulette by the time I was 12, if we're being honest, because I watched a lot of Bond movies, spy movies, that kind of stuff. How do you feel about Russian roulette as a potential game mechanic in a game that kids could be playing?
I think they made the right choice by making them animals, right? Because we've taken them a step away from humanization.
Yeah.
So I think that was an important one. Also, to your could be played by kids bit. I think that speaks to 3 things. The first, of course, is age restriction content, right? Steam does a fairly good job of making sure you understand what you're buying.
Yeah, it does say that there's mature content. It says the game may contain content not appropriate for all ages, yada yada.
So Steam does a fairly decent job there. And then the second one is, as a parent, you absolutely need to leave your kids alone at times, right? But you should always have a weather eye on them. So if your kid says, "Hey mom, I would like to buy Liar's Bar."
Yeah.
Instead of just whipping out the credit card and saying, "Okay, Jimmy, bye." Look it up, figure out what it is. And if you're sitting there going, "That bunny is in a tiny little dress and they're shooting each other," that's when you need to go, "You know what? I don't think so."
Maybe not the best.
So
well, yeah.
I don't have any strong opinion about it other than the fact that I think it was clever that they made them cartoon animals, because that takes the violence and brings it a step away from being horrific.
Yeah.
And making it comedic.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Like, as an adult playing a mature game, mature titled game for mature content, I feel like, it is it's actually kind of fun. I enjoyed it. It was kind of humorous.
Right?
I would never Russian roulette in real life, but in a game, sure, why not? Yeah, it sounds fun. There's no real stakes, right?
Yeah, and that's also, 100% no stakes. Worst thing, you either can quit the lobby right out and join a new game right away, or you can watch it unfold and see who wins, right?
My friend Diddler owns this game. Yay, good job, Diddler.
Hey, Diddler.
Diddler was like 15 when we started playing games together.
Really?
Yeah.
Aww,
Diddler's like 24 now or 25 now, and once in a while we jump in and play a game, but it's gaming mentee, you know.
Yeah. Hey, the next generation, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I thought it was a fun game, man. I think, going into Liar's Dice,
yeah, I honestly didn't know it had Liar's Dice because I've only ever seen it in the card game.
Yeah, the Liar's Dice was kind of a little light.
So I read up the rules on Liar's Dice while I was there. When you claim numbers, you're actually saying how many of this is on the table for everybody.
Oh, really?
So when you say there's 6 ones, between everybody, there's 6 ones.
Oh, okay.
So that's how you can go the higher numbers and things like that.
That makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's called the common hand Liar's Dice.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, and I've never played Liar's Dice or Liar's Cards, so it was a good introduction to that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. The Liar's Cards was a lot of fun when you have to kind of like say, oh, I put down a queen, and they're like, no, you didn't, liar, right? And they're like, oh, and then one time it was a king's table.
Yeah.
Or it was a queen's table, and I put down a king thinking it was a king's table, and then I got called out as a liar. And luckily, my gun didn't go off, but...
You're like, oh no!
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And it's got a couple different game modes, like Devil, with the Devil card.
Yeah, with the decks, there's the Devil card, the Chaos card, yeah. And then Basic, I think.
Yeah, so there's a lot of different kind of gameplay aspects to it, but it is a very basic game, by the by, and I think this is the kind of game I would play, like I said, if I had a bottle of wine or a couple of beers, and I was just wanting a fun little social game because it has microphones.
Yeah, you drop in, you play 2 or 3 rounds, you're good for the night. You've played your games. And you can move on. Absolutely horrific, tragic backstories though. If you've taken the time and you click play and you go to the table stories, it kind of gives like a character background for everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I felt real bad for my Fox character. I'm like emotionally connected now, and I want nothing but good things for her. Yeah.
So apparently the game uses AI generated voice content. What do you think about that?
Who's doing that? Like the characters are voiced by AI?
Yeah, so like the character voices in the game were generated by AI.
I have big problems with that.
Yeah, me too.
I absolutely detest that, and actually knowing that now, I'm going to refund the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I will not allow. I can't let that slide.
Yeah.
Especially because I make not an insignificant amount of money doing voice acting.
Yeah, and I think when I read that, I kind of thought to myself, that's unfortunate because someone like me, I would voice over a game for super cheap. Just for fun, just to lend my voice. And the reason I would do it super cheap is because I don't do it professionally. But and don't get me wrong, I mean I would keep working on it until it was perfect for what they wanted.
Absolutely, I get it.
But yeah, like how hard would it be to just reach out to a couple of indie VAs and say, hey, want to voice a character in my game? I would love that. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the only real gripe I have with the game is that it uses AI-generated content. I'm certain that that's going to become a very prevalent thing. And like on one hand, if you're EA and you own a lot of graphical assets and boring stuff like textures and repeating textures that you've been reusing in all your games anyway, I don't know, maybe I'm a little lighthearted on that side, but things like voice acting or physical acting or motion capture, anything you can hire a person to do, I think we should hire a person to do it. So I'm kind of sad I mentioned that now because I feel like this is going to be like an automatic fault.
Yeah, no, I'm there's degrees of AI use that I'm okay with, like using it to generate, to start the project. I'm 100% behind. But you should always, where possible, have human beings involved, especially in such an industry that is being gutted as the game industry.
Yeah. Apparently, there's also a bug in the game where in a friends only lobby, people can hack into your game and spam music and bad words and stuff. Apparently, as a streamer, you can't play the game because of that. People can.
Interesting.
People can hack into your voice side of the lobby
and cause a lot of grief for you.
That's unfortunate. And then somebody else here said too, it's fun until you hear about AI voices. I hope they get their poop together before get some real VAs before version 1.
Oh, someone else already stated that, eh?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think, unfortunately, AI should get a lot of hate. It shouldn't be used to replace creative jobs.
Yeah, no, use it to replace, we should definitely be using it to do
Medical
our accounting.
Medical research.
Yeah, that's boring.
Well, see, but I'm an accountant, and I don't agree with that.
Fair.
I don't think we should. I think we should use it to help us maybe learn about accounting, but I don't think we should use it to do our accounting for us. I think, again, if a human can be hired to do that job, AI shouldn't be allowed to do it. I think that's just going too far. And maybe that's just my opinion. I don't consider it to be right or wrong. It's just what I think with the current state of things.
Yeah.
So that's sad. So, I mean, let's get into it truthfully. What did you think about graphics and art?
What did I think about graphics and art? Oh, I'm so mad. Okay, let's separate and let's talk about it. So, I absolutely adored the art. I thought it was clever. I thought it was cute. It fits the world they were creating, right? And it was really lovely done, which means it's lovely. It's cute. It fits the world it's created. It's very well realized. I don't know what engine it's in. It looked Unity or Unreal.
Yeah, probably one of the two.
But it was really nice. Like everything was really solidly done in that regard.
Yeah. But the blind rage.
Yeah, but now I'm mad. I'm shaking. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, especially because they're borrowing and using so much from people who've created and made these things. Like you have such iconic lines and things like that. Like I'm a fox, I can smell this out. Like these are important lines, and by using AI, you immediately limit the humanity of it.
Yeah, I agree. So, graphics and art, if you have to give it a rating between 1 and 10.
Oh, it's unfortunately, it's a solid 7. It's really lovely.
Yeah. Music and audio, so AI is where your audio is.
Yeah, I know, and which is a piss off because the music was so beautiful.
Yeah, the music was really good.
Perfect. It fit the bar. It was kind of like this guitar with like maybe a string missing. It was really good. It really fit it.
Yeah.
And then you used AI voice, so you're getting an automatic 0.
0 for music and audio. So don't use AI in your games, folks. Not for audio. If you're the artist, and I'll be very clear, if you're the artist and you have created, you've done all your own voice work or all your own graphics design, and you train an AI only on your works, and you use the AI from your own works and your own voice to create more content, I'm okay with that. But only if you are the one that created the content that it was trained on. What do you think about that? Is that a good compromise?
I like that. That's a solid compromise, and I can get behind that.
I like it.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I like it. All right, so for gameplay, what did you think about the whole Liar's Dice, Russian Roulette, Liar's Cards?
I love it. I love the gameplay loop. That's what makes me even angrier about this.
Yeah. You had to give gameplay a rating 1 to 10.
1 to 10? It's a solid 7, right?
Nice.
Especially as you come to understand and more and more of the rules, right?
Prior to learning that it was AI, did you have fun?
I did.
What would you have rated it for fun while you were playing before you learned that AI was used?
I would have rated it a solid 8 because I did. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So your average rating is 5.5.
Yeah, okay. That's great. That's solid.
Nay, I say you're going to throw this into
right
default?
into the fault lines.
Oh,
maybe in a
man.
year when I come revisit it and they've replaced the AI with actual voice actors, we'll talk. But right now, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and we got to hardline that. I mean, as...
No, I will not. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, I want to voice acting. I would like to do some voice acting, and even if it's just on Fiverr, take some small jobs, read a novel, whatever it is, create some characters. I'd love to do some voice acting, and seriously, would love to, passionately. But I have to agree with you on that because, again, you could go on Fiverr and pay someone to do it for a couple of bucks.
Yeah.
if you know, as opposed to using AI to do it. And
the first 3 jobs I did free.
Yeah.
Just to get my name and the experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, so for me, I think I'm gonna give Liar's Bar for graphics and art, like a 7. Actually, I really like the characters and the design of the characters. I mean, as far as the textures and then the quality of the 3D models, very, very good.
Yeah.
I'm not a furry, so that's not typically my cup of tea.
It's the Lola Bunny issue.
Lola Bunny, Judy Hopps, there's this whole thing that's going on.
Judy Hopps. Oh, that was a very specific.
It's because I listen to anime out of context, and they make fun of Sean for his love of Judy Hopps all the time.
Oh, I see.
Sean Rollins, yeah. Aside from that, I think the model design is good and the textures are good, and I all the power to the artwork there. Music and audio, I also have to give a 0. I do not condone the use of AI where voice actors could be hired to do the work. I do love the music that's in the game. I thought it was very good environmentally. The ambiance was very nice. Yeah. It was very beautiful.
And then, we're going to release this episode and someone's going to be like, actually, their music was AI generated as well. And
oh, God, I hope not.
So mad.
The gameplay, 7 out of 10 for gameplay. I think the gameplay left a little lacking on the Liar's Dice, but I didn't really understand the rules.
Yeah, I think that was the big issue. We didn't know the rules.
But the Liar's Cards, really fun. I really like that. I really hope they add a whole bunch of other game modes to this game because fun, very fun. My brain's like, well, for all the furries out there, hopefully they add strip poker. But but
the point of the game is to die. Like you're like, no.
I digress. I wouldn't put it past them. It's already got a mature rating.
Yeah.
So for fun, I give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was very different from other games that I've played, and it was presented extremely well. I'm also going to end up giving it a 5.5, and I'm going to put it in the TBD category.
Oh, you're gonna give them a redemption, redemption arc.
I'm gonna allow for redemption here because I feel like what the developer's doing is really good from a content and gameplay mechanic perspective.
Yeah,
and I really hope they come around and hire voice actors and stop using AI. And but I think the game is also unfinished. It's early access. I cannot recommend anyone to buy it in early access because there's really only 2 game modes, and it's definitely unpolished and unfinished. If this is all the game is, I mean, what was it, $8.99?
Yeah,
Canadian, $8.99 Canadian. If this is all they ever do with the game, and they just wanted to do it as a project to make a game. Maybe they used AI to say, look, we don't know how to go about getting a voice actor. I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt here and go, hey, maybe it's one of their first attempts at building a game, and they took some shortcuts. Then hopefully they learn from it. Yeah. So TBD. But I love what they're doing with it, and I really hope they make the right choice.
So do I. You know what? Yeah, but no, you gotta be hard on these things.
Well, that's why I'm not recommending it. Yeah. Don't buy it. Definitely go on and leave comments for the developer and say, hey, get rid of your AI, and I'd love to buy your game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if we can get enough people on board in the gaming industry to say, I'm not buying games that have used AI, and hopefully we can get some rules passed in copyright laws that they have to publish that they've used AI.
Yeah, and again, like we've there's room to talk about that, especially in regards to like as you were mentioning, I've trained it on only my work.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the thing that a lot of people don't really understand about AI. And it's like, oh, it's harmless. It's not. It trains itself, steals from hundreds of thousands of creators.
Yeah, it steals from artists. It steals from voice actors. It's even Hollywood. As soon as they got their hands on AI, because AI still has no real legal regulation, they were like, oh, what we'll do is we'll get an actor to come in. We will scan their body and their face and their motions and their movement. And we will scan their voice. We will pay them $100,000, and then we never have to give them another dime.
Yeah, we have their digital likeness now.
Yeah, and it's like, no, that's there's something wrong with that intrinsically. So again, this whole AI thing is
And
it is new. It is moving faster than lawmakers can move.
And for you kids on the environmental side, do you know how much power it takes to run the AI server farms?
Yeah, we're gonna double our carbon footprint just in AI in the next 10 years.
Anyway, sorry. We've stumbled upon one of our
triggers,
our
one of our trauma triggers. Yeah. So vote with your wallets, friends.
Yeah.
If you are with us and you're against using AI to replace human jobs, then make sure that you voice your opinion to the developers. Don't just not buy their game. Go and voice your opinion. Put some comments on Steam and let the developers know that you're not okay with it.
Yeah, I can't support you.
Yeah, but if you are okay with AI, whatever, that's your choice. But
absolutely.
Let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, just don't expect me to feel bad for you when they take your job.
So we did play a game that probably didn't use AI.
Yeah, or no way it used AI.
No, so we played Life on a Pizza, and Aaron,
Life on a Pizza.
What was it like? What was life like on a pizza?
Surreal. Just absolutely ridiculous.
Please explain to the listeners what the gameplay is.
Your playing field was a pizza, and that's exactly what you think. Just a big round pizza with toppings on it, and you yourself were a topping, and you had to run around on said pizza to avoid being eaten by the floating dentures or being pushed off the pizza by the ants.
And originally I thought the ants would eat you, but no, they just create a barricade and try to push you off the pizza.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because ants don't eat when they're out. They gather the food and bring it back to the anthill.
They bring it all back home. They're gatherers.
So that's why they're trying to push you off the pizza, is to take you home.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, like at least buy me dinner first.
So and then as the as the jaw is floating around, taking bites out of the pizza, your playing space gets smaller and smaller, and it always ends in death, right? But it can be fun to see how long you can last. Very much a my first game. Like, I don't even recognize the engine it was made in.
Yeah, like that could have been made in anything.
Yeah, like that could have been made in HTML for heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
Java, C++ script. Like,
but here's the thing: I love the concept.
Oh, it was adorable.
It's adorable.
It was hyper simplistic, but just because it's simple doesn't mean it's bad, right? Like, pasta and butter is simple, but
and it's free to play.
So I mean, I got a lot of love for that.
Honestly, free to play games like this,
it's a perfect spot for them.
Just go try it, and you play a couple rounds. You probably never touch it again, but it's a fun little laugh.
You've tried it, and equally important, you've been exposed to this developer and their sort of ethos, and that can give you a really cool idea of like what they're doing. And if you liked it, or if you saw something that was interesting, then you can look further into their catalog and be like, oh, what else have they done? What else might be interesting to do?
Yeah, exactly. So, if we're gonna get into graphics and art for Life on Pizza, 1.
Sorry, that's rude. 2.
2. Okay. Yeah, there was. It felt like an old style. Like,
honestly, it reminded me of like an
Atari game overlaid on a late 1980s adventure game style artwork.
I was going to say it gave me a lot of vibes of like those early Flash games.
Yeah.
On like
Newgrounds,
or what was the other big repertoire?
E-Bombs World.
Yeah, like just that era, right?
Was there any music? I don't remember there. I'm sure there must have been something, but I don't recall.
I don't remember. I just remember laughing.
Yeah, me too. There was a lot of laughter.
Yeah, which bodes well.
So music and audio, if you had to give it a rating.
God, I don't remember any of it. I don't even think there was audio for when the guy bit the pizza.
It's not like it was like
yeah, right? So I mean,
in my head there were sounds.
Yeah, exactly. A 1?
There was definitely some music. It was like a little okay.
Yes, that's coming back to me.
Yeah, it was like a little goofy.
Yeah.
And then when you died or fell off, it was like
oh.
there was little sounds there.
Little sounds.
Yeah.
All right. 2.5.
Okay, 2.5. 2.5. All right. That's fair. Gameplay. What did you think about the gameplay? I mean, there's no variety.
I could talk for hours about the gameplay and how the
liar.
Liar. how the inevitable destruction of your life while the world around you is slowly being consumed by the upper class is just such a perfect allegory for the working man.
Yeah, right.
And how your greatest enemies weren't just the jaws consuming, but also your own fellow workers as they desperately tried to push you off to gain a few more moments of survival.
That's deep, Aaron.
Yeah, right. But the reality is, let's be fair here. It was a run around until the pizza disappears and you fall off the edge.
Yep.
So
the floor is lava.
Yeah, floor is lava, and just like the floor is lava, it still sparks joy and nostalgia in my heart.
Yeah.
So I got a compromise here. On the one hand, perfect execution, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
But it's also
very extremely basic gameplay.
The most basic gameplay. So we're gonna cut the difference and give it a 5.
Yeah, that's totally fair. I think the gameplay was definitely like we did 3 rounds?
Yeah.
We did 3 rounds and we're like, okay, I'll probably never play that again.
Yeah, I played it. I'm good. Moving on.
But did you have fun?
I did. I had so much fun all 3 of those rounds was fun.
So if you had to give it a rating from 1 to 10 on fun,
it's 10.
10. Okay,
it's 10.
That's super fair.
It's short-lived.
I was, I got to admit, I was a little bit not having fun at the beginning because when I see an ugly game, and I mean ugly in the sense of old school graphics.
Yeah.
Like I see something that doesn't compete with today's graphics, right? And I think to myself, this game is going to be bad. And I kind of prejudge it.
Oh, okay.
And then when we started playing and like when I was like, really, it got desperate and the ants were pushing me around and I was like getting around them and then I just survived by the skin of my teeth, I found myself having joy.
Yeah, there's joy in this game.
And this is one of those things that really makes me want to emphasize the fact that a good game doesn't have to look good. It just has to have good game mechanics. It also needs some variety.
Yeah.
But I agree. So your overall score is a 4.9.
Which is really funny because I'm gonna recommend this game, guys.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. So we're recommending Life on a Pizza.
It's free.
We're recommending it probably because it's free.
Yeah, if it was like $2, no, walk away. But it's free. It's perfect for like you and your buddy are saying, well, what game are we gonna play? I don't know. How about a round of Life on a Pizza while we think about it?
Exactly.
No, it's a perfect thinking game.
So yeah, graphics and art, definitely. The settings menu was painful.
Oh god, the settings menu was so bad.
The color selection for your pizza was painful.
You had a headache.
So I've got a headache. So like singular bright colors on my screen really burn into my retinas right now. And that aside, yeah, I think like graphics and art 2.5. It clearly wasn't the focal point of the game. Music and audio also 2.5. Was not the focal point of the game. Gameplay, you gave it a 5. I have to agree. I'll give it a 5. I think we're gonna end up in the same rating categories here.
Yeah.
Fun.
Well, this is good. We think similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah, fun. I'm only gonna give it a 9 out of 10 for fun, mostly because I just don't feel like there was enough variety.
Fair.
I feel like you could take a game like that, add a bunch of different game modes and a couple different varieties, maybe some more obstacles, maybe some more, I don't know, more ways that you could fall off the pizza. I don't know, just come up with other ideas. But no, it was fun. I really got joy out of playing it, even if it was only for 10 minutes, 12 minutes?
Don't shift that.
Right?
I think our longest round was 230 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
So like maybe 7 minutes of gameplay. Yeah.
So that leaves me at a 4.8.
Hey.
And you know what? I'm going to say, go play this game. Try it. Play it for 10, 15 minutes. Get your shiggles out of it. It is 4-player. It is not multiplayer in the general sense.
Yeah, it's weird how they did it.
You do it through Steam's Remote Play, which this is the first time I've ever had the kind of pleasure of using that, where it allows you give the other person keyboard or mouse or both, and they can also do keyboard commands in the game while you're playing, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting system. I don't see it being used often. mostly because, and I don't, my expertise is limited here, but I would think that giving a computer access to your hardware through tunneling like that,
Windows button R, format C.
Yeah, it can be a little problematic. So I would think that.
I'm sure there's certain keys that Steam probably has disabled, but you know what? That's something we could always investigate further.
Yeah, exactly. But, and on the other hand, maybe it's just harder to implement. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, like if I go online and I say Steam remote play security risks, some people have asked how secure it is. If you remote into their gaming session, it's not really risky. They might get your IP address. Steam left mouse and keyboard turned off by default when playing a remote session. They only turn on the gamepad as a default. So if you're using a gamepad, that's not so bad. Although gamepads could technically be modified to send inputs.
Yeah, that's true.
They can't alt-tab. So that means that they can't get access to that. And they also can't run any admin privilege stuff. So, I mean, like, there's definitely some risk allowing someone to have keyboard access to your system. But the risk is pretty low. And again, if you're playing with people that you actually know, it's probably not an issue. So that's cool.
Yeah.
So today we had fun playing Liar's Bar and Life on a Pizza. And we did have fun. Actually, both games were kind of fun. But ran into a few little grapes today. Yeah. Aaron's just grinning like, son of a...
Yeah. Oh, we had a few.
Yeah. Well, especially because Aaron, you got to choose the good game.
I did, and honestly, guys, like no cap, as the youth would say. I wanted to love Liar's Bar. I saw it. I was so into it. Like, I love these social deductive games. I love these places where, because one thing I absolutely hate is being lied to, right? Because in everyday day-to-day life, you're told not to, you're expected not to. So when people do it, it breaks that contract. Whereas in this game, right off the hop, we're expected to, right? So I love being given a safe place to explore that, because I can't in my day-to-day life, and I get angry when it's done to me in my day-to-day life. So it's really cool to find a place where it's safe to express that.
Yeah, a game mechanic is really fun when you get to call BS on
liar.
Someone. Liar.
So good.
All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add today before we sign off?
It is very inexpensive to hire a voice actor. VAs bring a depth to your characters, and they are an important part of the creative process. You wouldn't cheap out on your writer. You wouldn't cheap out on your programmer. Don't cheap out on your VA.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, you can hire a VA at a lower, more budget cost.
Yeah.
You don't have to spend $20,000, $30,000 for voice actors.
Lord, no.
There are people out there that just want to do it, like, for fun. And, maybe turn it into a career someday. But there's a lot of people who are starting out today that will be considered prolific 10, 15 years from now. So get in while the getting is good and hire yourself a junior starting up voice actor. Just, make sure they've got a good mic and a good setup.
Yeah. And to that point, you can contact us on our email at
bfcpcontact@gmail.com.
And Trevor and I are happy to lend our voices to a lot of projects.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it for free for the first couple projects if they're small scale.
If it's a project that I really believe in, I'll do it for free regardless.
Absolutely.
Right? Anyway.
Send us an email, bfcpcontact@gmail.com, if you're interested in hiring some
we're talking to you.
goofy people that love to do voice work.
We love it.
We just have this tiny little podcast. We are, Aaron much more than myself, but we are fairly talented and have some realm of skill.
He is disgustingly talented.
Liar!
Oh, no!
All right. Well, hey, you know what? You all, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks
good luck.
For coming. Good luck. Have fun.
Don't die.
Don't die. Take care. Visceral. I'm actually mad about it.
I know.
And that's our time and the end of our episode.
But don't feel sad it's over. Be glad it happened. From the two of us in the basement, thanks for tuning in.
Join us next time.
And feel free to send us any feedback on our socials or send us a direct email at bfcpcontact@gmail.com.
And if you're really interested in what we're doing, join us on Patreon, where we will have loads of behind-the-scenes stuff and uncut takes as more episodes are released. Patreon.com/basements, faults, and catapults.
We're always excited to hear from you because we love engagement. We look forward to our next catapult launch and hope you can join us for the ensuing chaos.
Good luck!
See you next time.